Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex. If this is your first time here with us, on this channel we like to talk about all things regarding investing. I try to make things a little bit simpler to understand, a little bit easier to digest, help you grow your portfolio, and above all, we try to have fun. That sounds like something you're interested in? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, punch them, beat them, do whatever you need to do to them. Leave me some comments, let me know what you think, and let's get started. All right, today we're going to look at is the Japanese market a good market to be in? I had a few people ask me that, and one particular person asked me, Alex, you've spent the majority of your adult life in Japan. Why don't you hold any shares in any companies in Japan? Short answer, I don't like the top-down structure in their business ethic. I don't like companies who only listen to the CEO or those top management people making decisions without actually listening to the people down on the ground who actually gets the hands-on experience to know what's going on, what works, what doesn't work, what their friends, what their family is saying about one particular product. I think you can learn a lot from the bottom up type of institution, as well as, if you can get a nice balance of, you want the input from the top as well as the input from the bottom, and kind of meet in the middle. For any of you who've ever lived in the Asian countries such as Japan, China, or even Southern Korea, the top makes the rules and the bottom follows, and there's really no any information really flowing up. It's all flowing directly down. I don't really like that style of business, which is one of the main reasons I got out of the Japanese market. Now, actually up into, I would say, I still had a little bit of shares in Toyota. I think I had like maybe 100 shares in Toyota Motor Company back in, I would say the like 2010, 2011. And then I heard a rumor coming around that they were going to introduce a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. Some of you might know it as a Toyota Mirai. Actually, Mirai is Japanese for future. So when I heard about this new technology they were coming out with, this new hydrogen fuel vehicle, I'm thinking, okay, what is this vehicle about? What is Toyota going to give Elon Musk a run for his money with? So I did a little digging and I researched a little bit about the Toyota Mirai, and I noticed it was a hydrogen fueled vehicle. Now, for any of you guys who are not familiar with the hydrogen cell fuel vehicle, basically what it is you fill up your vehicle with hydrogen, and as you travel on the roadway, the hydrogen mixes with the air coming into the vehicle from outside, and it produces electricity. One positive point about hydrogen, it's one of the most abundant elements on our planet, and it's super, super lightweight. Some negative points, so many. I gotta admit, like a lot of people out there, when I heard about hydrogen car, I was thinking like a hydrogen bomb. Fair enough, I know I was way off, but the problems that you're coming up with hydrogen, you have this new technology. One, you have a problem with actually storing the hydrogen where people can actually refuel their car. You don't have the infrastructure set in place where people can, drive down the street and refuel their hydrogen vehicles. And then you have the problem with actually transporting this hydrogen from location to location. Another problem is the hydrogen has to be kept at a very cold temperature. So now you need electricity to keep this hydrogen at such a cold temperature. So it's like, okay, you're fixing one problem by using fossil fuels to fuel your vehicle, but you're causing another problem because you're burning electricity to actually keep this hydrogen fuel cold. The next problem is the price tag. I think when I saw it was estimated price of about $120,000. Yeah, $120,000. Now look at this jammy. This looks like a Prius 2.0. Now, fair enough, there's probably mad technology up under the hood in this vehicle, which is why the price tag is so high. But I don't know about you, when I go vehicle shopping, I'm looking for that flair, for that finesse, I'm looking for something that's gonna catch my eye. I don't want the Prius 2.0. Inside, it looks clunky. It looks plastic. It doesn't look like a car that would run you over 100 grand, right? So look at this. You got the price tag. You got challenges with refueling it. You don't have the infrastructure in place to actually refuel your vehicles. Even Tesla has been around for 20 years. And even though it's considerably easier to refuel your Tesla now, just think 5 or 6 years ago how difficult it was to refuel your Tesla. Not go back, 20 years ago when Tesla first got on the market, it was almost nowhere you could refuel that bugger. I think currently you can probably only purchase it in, I think, California, and maybe there's 10 or 15 refueling stations where you can actually refuel this vehicle. Now, the next point is Toyota. You look back 20 years ago and I think their stock price was trading, I don't know, $90, $95 per share back in early part of 2000. And you jump forward to now, 2020, fair enough, with the virus, a lot of companies have taken a hit. But over the span of 2 decades, 20 years, Toyota has gained about 25 to 30% in value in that stock over the last 20 years. Now, let's jump over the pond to Japan's closest neighbor, or one of Japan's closest neighbors, South Korea. And you look at their competitor product, the Hyundai. Now, you go back 20 years ago and you look at the Hyundai, they were trading, I think it was like $7 a share. Now you jump forward today and they're trading almost $50 to $60 per share. They've gained 6 to 7-fold over the last 20 years, whereas Toyota's only gained 20 to 30%. Another huge hurdle where I think a lot of people don't understand, well, we know that communication is important across all aspects of business. I would venture to say, I would say maybe 99.9% of Japanese people don't speak English to the point where they can actually hold a meeting. They would need some type of translator. Again, I lived in Japan for almost 2 decades, and in that time, I can honestly say Japanese-born Japanese rarely speak English to the point where they can actually understand this conversation that we're having right now. So when you add in the top-down management system, the lack of ability to communicate across different nations, and the mindset, don't listen to the people on the bottom, only listen to those people on the top, I think you have a recipe for disaster, which is why you see Japan economy is just kind of tanking right now. So I guess that was a long answer to why I don't invest in the Japanese market. I just don't see it being viable in the future, at least in my lifetime. Maybe something might happen over the next, 20 or 30 years, but I just don't see it happening. So I mainly stay in the US, the Canadian, perhaps the European market, and I don't really go towards Asia. I was in Tencent and Alibaba, but I have recently got rid of those stock shares. So again, I mainly stay in US, Canada, and Europe. That being said, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I have any fiduciary type of credentials. I am just this guy on YouTube trying to make trading fun and easy to understand for you. Do your due diligence when researching companies that you might want to invest in. Take the time to really learn about what's out there. If you found this information useful or interesting, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit me with a comment. See you guys next time.